episode. Ew, that's wet. 7? Episode 7.
So the good news is I haven't dug in a few days. So that means hopefully we're going to start putting dirt back in holes soon.
Enough ditches.
Enough. I'm tired of digging ditches. I'm tired of jumping over them. And I'm really tired when you put your foot in a ditch and you go down into that ditch and then a little bit of dirt floods down. It goes into your boots.
Yeah.
And I get brown socks. Dirt socks. Well, the trench is dug. And I wanted to explain what's going on here. So I bought this. This is called a Pitless Adapter. And the way the well is set up right now is that the water comes basically from the pump way down 160 feet below, up this tube, this polyethylene tube, into the pressure tank system. Now, problem with that is that this is above ground, and water exposure during cold temperatures, you're going to have frost issues. So the solution to it is to do a pitless adapter. So that's what we have here. So instead of it coming out on top of the case or on top of the well, it's going to come out from the side. Now, if you can imagine this, it's going to be mounted like that. This piece that says Merrill on it right there, that'll be on the inside, and the well casing is going to be right here. And then it's going to leave you an outlet there, and I'm going to install it 18 inches below and through the side wall of the well. By doing this, it will be below the frost line, and we shouldn't have any freezing pipe issues. Then we're going to relocate this whole pressure tank into the shed, and we'll have it closer to where the power is going to run over there. This whole unit now can go over to where the shed's going to be. It's everything. So now this will be over there. This will be over there. And we're going to have the water line coming from the side of the casing, and it'll go right into here still. Then we're going to bury some electric that will come from the shed's breaker box. It'll go to here. I'm sorry, it'll go to here, and then it'll come out this way and go to, well, it'll get reconnected to these. This goes all the way down to the pump. All right, now the fun part of getting the pump out of here. Not looking forward to this. Holy cow. Here's my pump. So here's why I'm doing this. Screen wire right here. See it? I'm gonna add a wire here and ground it. Run it up with the other wires and stick the pump back in the hole. But I should probably do my pitless adapter first. Wow, that was ridiculous. Okay, so they just use red, black, and yellow. Red and black are hot. Yellow, I guess, is ground. Well, I'm going to use the yellow as the white wire common ground. And this is going to be my ground. I'll tie it in. Holy smokes, that was really something. Oh. All right, I'm back. Got a new drill, and I got a carbide bit on it to drill a hole that will fit this guy. So this will be inside the pipe from here over. This is going to be on the outside. And I'm going to put it, frost line's 12 inches. I'm going to put it 14, and that's about what I can reach with my hand comfortably in there. So I'm going to go from the ground. And you know what? I could even go up a little bit more, because I'm going to, I don't know if you can see this too well, but ground level's really up here. I could fill this in because this thing is kind of sitting in a hole. So I'll grab some dirt and pack this down good and get the ground level about, I guess, up to here. So I'll measure from there down. All right, I didn't have to dig out any extra. Meg did a good job. All right, I'm gonna go right about there, right about where that mark is. It's just, whoops. I am such a mess right now. All right, you know what? We're gonna go a little bit lower. Let's make sure we're clear. All right. Change the view when I get this going. Some WD-40. This could be the dirtiest I've ever been here. Okay, stink bug. Look at this guy. They're all over the place. Good. They just dive bomb you. Very rude. Okay. How's that? That'll work. Now here's the setup. This thing goes through the side, washer on the outside, washer on the inside, well casing goes right there. And then so you put this on that tube and you lower it into the casing. After all this is in place, you lower it in and it slides right in. And then this you could thread on and have a handle to pull things out if you need to. Okay, not the time for slippy fingers. This is going to be lowered in. This will be last. That'll click into place, and then all this wire will be hanging out. I guess that's my security rope for the time being. Maybe I'll rig something up to it, like a pull rope or something. What else? Let me think. Oh. Chlorine. Is this a gallon? 121 ounces. Really? What's up with that? Why are you 7 ounces short from the gallon? Holy smokes. Alright, it'll be around there somewhere. All right, Mr. Pump. Okay, right now the pump is just hanging there on the pitless adapter, and got all the wires here. What I'm gonna do is give them a fresh cut. Do is join these two together. This is a 3/4 inch to a 1 inch, so it goes in there, and then this can screw into the cap. So let's. So this stuff it's made by Shark Bite, the PEX company, and it's kind of amazing. It's not sticky at all. So you take a slice like that. Now this is for underground use. If you have a brass connection or something and it's going to be underground, you're supposed to use this stuff around it, but it just goes on, and as soon as you start wrapping it over, it makes this really nice watertight seal. And supposedly, I mean, that's nice. It's almost like a silicone tape. That's what it feels like. But supposedly in a couple hours this thing is going to chemically fuse and be even harder than that. So I'm just going to do that on all of these wire nuts. News. Just came up with a genius way to run conduit. Alright, now what I was doing, I'd put it over my shoulders and go like this. Well, there. I'd have to go like this, pull it all the way through until I got all the way down to the end of the line. I got like 120 feet to do here. So let me show you what I came up with. Take the end, conduit's already fed through. Take the end, and I'm here alone, so if you don't have a buddy, feed it through something solid. This could even be a tree. Here. Grab the pipe and go for a walk. Look at this. So it's either do it that way or do it by pulling it over your shoulder. I did the first one over my shoulder. It's going all the way to here to the pitless adapter. So now I just ran that all the way through, and all we got to do is glue it. I think, you know what? Pretty happy with that. Get this all tightened down. That's all in place. I got the chlorine in the water. Let it sit there for 2 days. I'll pump it out and then take another water sample and have the water test done. But yeah, I mean, PEX just got to run through that hole. Maybe we should just do that. Get out of my truck. Let's uncoil a little bit of it, right? You tell me that's it. All right, we got a new plan. We're going to be mounting the pressure tank while sitting it on top of like a platform. So I'm gonna build a platform next to this drain pipe, like about here. I'm gonna tamper down the earth, make sure it's level, and then I'm gonna do 3 rows of double blocks, and then we'll set the tank on top of it. That'll be its permanent location. So then when we build a shed, it'll be up high enough off the ground so that we don't have to disconnect it to do the shed and then reconnect it and extend the hoses and all that. This will give us plenty of height, and then we can build the shed. We can put a slab down if we want to. We could do a subfloor with gravel, so that'll give us plenty of height in order to do that. I think that would give us 24 inches if these are 8 inches each high. So first thing what I'm gonna do is chip off, these are the old blocks that we demoed that wall out of. So I don't know, I think it's worth a few minutes just to, just take the mortar off of them. I don't know, I just try to like, I try to reuse things on the property that we find instead of just getting a dumpster and throwing stuff out or throwing this stuff in a pit. I mean, these are pretty good. They're in pretty good shape. And I mean, it comes right off. Not much effort. I know they're only like $2 a piece, but I don't feel like going to the store. That mortar comes right off. Look at that. That's like a new block now. This side has a big glob on it. Hey Meg, what about glob? That's fine. Meg has a vocabulary. Ooh, did that hit the lens? Did it? Meg has a vocabulary that I actually keep a list of on my phone. It's just words that she doesn't like. One of them is moist. I think that's for a lot of people too. But there's also some words on there that you wouldn't think would bother her, but they do. Like the word impregnate, or the word sop. Like if you're gonna sop up the oil. Another one is ointment. I have a list of them. There's like 10 of them on my phone. So whenever I use a word I haven't used in a while, like glob, and it's oh, what? Oh yeah, just need some ointment. Ow! Move the pressure tank from over by the well. Now this is where the shed is going to be. So what we did here, we did 3 layers of cinder block, and it's filled with this stone, and then we capped it with 2 other blocks. So this gives something for the pressure tank to sit on that's level. And then when we go ahead and build our shed, I think we're going to do a slab. We're going to pour the slab like right around this thing so it's built into the slab. These things are just kind of for protective purposes, these 2 pieces of PVC. If we pour a slab, it will go around this PVC and not put pressure on the hose. So what we did, we got 2 pieces of PVC, and there's an elbow at the end so it shoots the lines that way. And I don't want the
rock down to hold them in place.
Yeah, the
now.
rock is just there to hold it in place before the ditch is filled in. So we are going to, this is the input side of the pressure tank. It comes from the well pump. It delivers the water through this 1-inch hose, PEX, rated for underground. and it's going to need to make a 90-degree turn. So the only thing I could come up with, this is all they had at Home Depot, was this elbow for 1-inch PEX, is to connect it like that. So we'll have a small PEX in between these two pieces, and then this main one will connect to this one here. And then the input side would be done. Then it goes through the pressure tank system, and this blue is a 3/4 inch PEX. This will head toward the RV, and this would be the main water supply line. After it goes through the filter and everything else is going to come out here. We had to get this, being that this filter had a spigot on it, this quarter turn, this here, that's going to be the house water. It goes through the sediment filter. I had to get 2 pieces for that. I had to get a female garden hose to a male national pipe thread 3/4 adapter, and then that adapts over to the PEX fitting. All that so that this blue PEX can be clamped on here. Then I bought the real deal tool. I had to. We're gonna build a house, right? $80.
Bite the bullet, or bite the shark.
Have the
$80 pair of pliers.
Now that one, this tool is good for 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch PEX. The only thing I'm doing in 1 inch is coming from the well. So those I'm doing with odor curve clamps, which this would be used for. Ooh, that needs grease. Wow. They make a tool that you put all these different connectors in, and it's good for the other size too, but we're not doing that. Okay, and I went to storage and basically demolished the place looking for this. It was not a happy scene there, but I was alone. And there was a few words said there that I'm glad the kids weren't around. So I'm just gonna cut off a piece here real quick. Ah, so much better. The other day we were using the generator to get the oscillating tool to make all these little cuts, and it's just that easy. So that's gonna go on there. So let's thread this thing up. I'm just going with the yellow stuff. It's like the pipe thread sealant, slow dry pipe thread sealant. I don't know, it's in the shed. Rock, paper, scissors?
In the barn?
Yeah, the barn. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Crush your scissors.
There you go. You can take the camera.
Can I tell you a trick about rock, paper, scissors? Most people put scissors down. I don't know why. It's like, yo, what's up, peace? Or like, who puts paper or rock down? Like, if you tie with scissors, then it's like, okay, I'll do something different, or I'll come back out with scissors. So, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but a good approach is just to throw out a rock, because that's what you shoot with. It's like, just keep it there, don't switch it. Do we have any
Really?
metal conduit laying around? I have some in this shed, but it's 10 foot. Can you imagine putting the 10-foot pieces on this? Just standing back and, oh God, I'm getting slapped happy. No.
We're really going to use those huge pieces of conduit for this?
Do you have a better idea?
Nope. Ow!
Sorry.
So, John wants to use 10-foot conduit poles to create leverage.
Or I
for
could
this
run
pair of
back to
pliers.
the storage unit.
Well, I mean, we could cut them, no?
With what?
Oh, I don't know. Thread the needle.
I know.
You got it, John. You got it.
Move it over. Here we go. Good? Is it on there straight?
Yeah. I mean, the bottom
Meg,
doesn't look like it's...
is it on there or not?
It's on there.
Okay, good. You ready?
I'm ready. It's... Ooh, it's going. I think you got it.
There. Here.
It's getting caught. so thank you.
Better?
I made it to the property. I've been with the girls all morning, early afternoon, teaching to them because we're doing homeschool now, which is going great, by the way. And John gave me the assignment of doing the electric wiring for, I'm doing the electric wiring from this pole, which is going to be for the RV power and water, up this trench, and we have to dig one more trench, which is going to be where these gray pipes are, because we need to get to that wooden pole there. So I have to run that wire for that, and I have to put it through these pipes and attach them all together, and then put an elbow, I don't know where the elbow went, oh, the elbow on the end to go up to the white post. We just found our cutest find yet. It's a teapot. Look at it. It's a little teapot. I love it. Doesn't have any inscriptions on it or anything. It has a little apple. Cute little apple. The cutest thing ever. I should go see if I can find the top.
Had a bit of a change of plans. Instead of building a shed and then mounting the meter to that shed, we are just going to, in order to expedite things, we're going to mount the meter, the main service entry, to a 6x6 post and do all that to code. So basically, code says that we need a 10-foot 6x6 pressure treated board, 6 feet above grade and 4 feet below grade. It is cemented down, and we're going to need to run a 3-inch conduit from here all the way to the telephone pole, where they will mount the transformer and pull the service entry line through to our meter. So said use a blower to get the rope up the pipe. Let's see, Tyler. Ta-da! All right, good deal.
So we have a place to put our meter.
Pole in the ground, put your meter on it so then you can get your power hooked up to it.
This is our pole.
This is the pole actually. This thing, you know, look at it.
The pole wasn't good enough for John, so.
This is a 6x6 pole,
build more.
but the problem is our meter is a lot bigger than 6 inches wide. I didn't like the way it was sitting, so what I did, I beefed up the pole a little bit so that we could put our meter on this thing. And then when it comes time to build a shed, this is going to be right up against the wall of the shed, and whatever we use for the siding, we will kind of incorporate into this. And this is also going to be the back of the shed. You're not going to see it from the road or anything. It's literally going to be the only thing on the back of the shed. And it's going to have the driveway right next to it here. So the plan is to put the meter right here. We're going to hang it nice and center. And before, with the 6x6 that's underneath here, I was only able to get 2 of the screws, 2 out of the 6 screws that the meter has to mount with. So the whole thing was like the center screws, so it was kind of wiggly, and I just didn't feel good about it. So we're going to use all of the screws to mount the meter up with now.
And we have also installed our grounding rod. That copper rod is 8 feet long.
Yeah,
into the ground.
And it looks like it's above grade, but it's not because it's in a trench.
Yeah,
that's just for visual. We're going to backfill all this stuff up to about here. So I'm actually going to put probably 2 more boards onto this guy, so it's a full wall. All right, I got special screws, nice screws for this.
John and I have a running joke about screws. John calls screws, they're either screws or they're nice screws. And I always tease him when he says, I got nice screws for things. Or he'll say, I got screws for this, and I'll ask him, are they nice screws? I find more and more ways to tease him.
Because I said it once.
I have more ditches still. But we're getting somewhere. We are almost done with all the ditches. Our pressure tank here is almost ready to go. All the water lines are 100% done. We just have electric now. And the septic to the RV, we're not going to be able to do until the RV is actually here. And we have a timeline now. What our situation is looking like right now. Today is Wednesday, and we will be moving the RV here on Saturday. And we are going to finish with the septic, hooking it up. We also have to do ground ties. Our inspection is going to include checking out the ground ties. So we have to do 4 cement supports in the ground with ties to the RV in 4 spots. That needs to be done. We're gonna do that on Saturday, Sunday, and we're gonna hook up the rest of the septic, because over here, we're getting really good at jumping ditches. Over here, this is our septic for the RV. The RV is going to be right here, kind of like to where the air compressor is over there. And we're gonna hook up the RV to this, so we have to figure out exactly where it is and what pipes we need.
Right here.
Then the electric outlet is all done here. Ugh. That's all ready to go. We can plug the RV in right there, and our water is right there. That will be hooked up to the RV as well. So we're gonna have to do the ground ties and the septic this weekend. Our inspector is coming on Monday. Monday, they're going to inspect the RV and all the hookups we have done to make sure that we get our inspection approved. The electric is scheduled to come on Wednesday. I know it's kind of backwards, but the electric company is going to come and run our power down this trench, down this gray pipe to our power box, and everything will be hooked up in the power box to go to the electric for the RV, the electric for the pump, and the electric for the pump in the septic down there. So once the electric is hooked up on Wednesday, we will be fully done with getting here, phase 1 of our project. You kind of think, oh, well, it's just gonna be a bunch of trenches in the ground and we'll run the lines, and there's a lot of figuring that is a part of all that, though. It's not just trenches. Like, we had to figure out, what's a good example? Not only do you have to like run this electric line to the pressure tank, but we had to figure out, what is this fitting? What are these? The pliers for these, this fitting, this type of conduit, that type of conduit, what schedule is it? There's so much to the puzzle to figure out, a lot more than we thought, but we are about 95% there, John? 91% there.
That's how many hours.
So yeah, John has been here every day working on this, and I come about 3 o'clock. We work till like 7. So by the time we launch our next video, we should be here. We have to be here. I mean, the campground is closing, so we don't really have another option. But we're really excited. We're gonna be without power for a few days here, but it's okay because the camper can run mostly on propane. The fridge runs on propane, or it can run on propane. The water heater is on propane. The cooking can be on propane. We can use a grill. It's only lights and TVs that we pretty much use the electricity for, and heating. But I don't think it's supposed to get too cold in the next few days. So we're very excited. Getting old.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We're almost there. It probably feels like it's taken us forever, because it is. It's like a lot of permits and like a lot of coordination. Kids.
A lot of planning.
Making mistakes, fixing mistakes, doing things you didn't think were important. So, yeah. We will see you next week. Right, Clara?
Thanks for watching.
Show us what you discovered. Go ahead, Autumn.
Safety first.
Safety. Oh, man.